What's up everyone? James here again for another Video Games Monthly unboxing video. So just like last month, I've already opened the box. I know what's in there. I've had the chance to check out every one of these games. Usually when I get these in the mail, I just don't have the time to sit down and do these videos. And obviously I'm not gonna just not open the box because I'm always excited to see what's inside. So we'll go ahead and get started. So the first game we got here is Terminator 2 Judgment Day for the NES. I actually own, it's not necessarily the same game, but Terminator 2 Judgment Day on the Genesis, which honestly isn't the greatest game in the world in my opinion. But I do own the T2 arcade game, which I actually do rather enjoy. So I was kind of interested to see what the NES installment had to offer. From what I played, it's pretty cool. It's just a beat 'em up game, I guess you could say. I think my only complaint is I feel like it takes too many hits to take down your enemies. But other than that, it controls really well, looks pretty cool for an NES game. So it's worth checking out if you've never played it before. Definitely give it a shot. So glad to add that one. So next up we have Defender of the Crown on the NES. I'd actually never heard of this game until I got this box. I guess you would classify this as a strategy game, I guess. I didn't invest a whole lot of time into it, but from what I played, I guess your primary goal is to claim territories, and you can hold tournaments where you can joust and battle opponents. But like I said, I didn't play a whole lot of this, so it seemed pretty cool from what I played, so definitely check it out later on. So next up is a game I know I had on my wish list, which is Street Fighter 2010 The Final Fight. Apparently 20 or 30 years ago, we really had high hopes to where we'd be as far as technology goes today. But anyway, it's a pretty cool game. I struggled with it a little bit at first, trying to get used to the controls, but once I did, I started having a lot of fun with it. So definitely one I'll be playing some more, and if you haven't checked this one out, it's definitely worth checking out, so give it a shot. So next up we have a game I'm sure everybody's familiar with, which is Duck Hunt on the NES. Now, I was a little confused when I got this because I was like, wait a minute, I already own this game. But I forgot that this game was released as its own game, where I currently have, and even as a kid, I had the Super Mario Brothers and the Duck Hunt bundle. So as a collector, still pretty cool to add just the standalone Duck Hunt game to my collection. And of course it's Duck Hunt. You can't go wrong. It's a fun game. Still today, it's great to play. So glad to add that one. So next up we have WWF Attitude for the N64. I set a goal for myself to basically collect all these old wrestling games. Some are great, some not so much. This one, I do remember playing this quite a bit when I was younger, but today it doesn't hold up as much, say, as like No Mercy or WrestleMania 2000 or WCW NWO Revenge. I think that was the one that used the same engine. But the thing I still find really cool about this game is just the amount of features and customization options that you had. Like there's quite a few like different match types. And also you can change the stadium lights, you can change like the ropes, the color of the ropes for the ring, the apron. Just really cool stuff that I remember really enjoying as a kid. And I'm pretty sure I think you can even like have your own writing on your t-shirts. So it was a lot of fun to kind of create wrestlers and change the arenas and stuff like that. So definitely one I'm glad to add to my wrestling collection. Another one to scratch off the list. So next up, we have Demolition Racer for the Dreamcast. So just like the Dreamcast game I got last month, this one is still sealed. I know it's not worth a whole lot, but anytime I do come across a sealed game, it's just really, really hard for me to open it, just because it's kind of cool to come across. This one, though, does look like a game I want to check out, but I don't know. So let me know if anyone out there has played this, if it's worth opening and checking out, let me know. If not, I'll just keep it sealed and see what the future brings. So still pretty cool to add to the collection, so glad to have that one. So next up we have Real Monsters for the Super Nintendo. So growing up, I was a huge fan of this show. I watched it all the time. Matter of fact, I actually have it on DVD. It is kind of cool though, you get to play as all three characters, you get to switch between them, and they each have their own abilities. Different attributes and all that kind of stuff. And once you kind of figure things out and figure out what each character can do, the game does get a little bit more enjoyable. but I don't know how much of this I'll actually play. But it's still pretty cool to add to the collection simply for the fact that I loved this show growing up, so pretty cool. So last month I stated that each package, there always seems to be one game that kind of highlights the whole box. Whereas this month I actually felt like I got 3 of them. So the first one I got was Beetle Adventure Racing for the N64. So this is kind of a hidden gem for the system. I assume most people wouldn't think that racing around Volkswagen Beetles would be fun, but it actually is a pretty fun racing game. And like I said before, I'm not a huge fan of racers, so I'm pretty picky about them. But this one is a lot of fun. It controls really well. I think my only complaint is I feel like the races are just a tad bit too long, but still pretty cool. If you haven't checked this one out, it's definitely worth giving a shot, so check it out. So next up, we have Golden Axe for the Sega Genesis. I know I had this one on my wish list because I've had Golden Axe 2 in my collection for a while. Definitely one of my favorite beat 'em up hack and slash series on the system. It's a fun 2-player game. It's just as fun by yourself as well. It's unfortunate that we never got any more good Golden Axe games, but who knows what the future might bring. But for now, at least I have the originals to still enjoy. So if you've never checked out Golden Axe and you like beat 'em up games, definitely check this one out. So the last game I got was one I was really excited about, which is F-Zero on the Super Nintendo. I've been wanting to add this one to my collection for a while, so I'm glad to say I finally got it. Like I said before, I'm very picky when it comes to racing games, but I do love this one. It's really fast paced, it's really addictive. Definitely one I look forward to playing some more. Out of all the games I got this month, this I probably would say is my favorite. So another awesome box from Video Games Monthly. Now unfortunately I have to wait until next month to see what's in store for me, but each month is like Christmas, so it's definitely worth the wait. And if you're watching this debating on still whether or not you should sign up, I highly encourage it. I don't think you'll be disappointed. But thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys again next month.